Hello boys and girls, it's Its-Absolute-Xero here. Welcome back to another video. It has been a pretty little while, I put it. Like, it's been a decent amount of time since I've uploaded. I know I'd say I uploaded recently, but that didn't exactly end well. I have a little Death Note themed notebook that I actually carved in here myself. So today we're looking into basic tips. Usually when you look into like more of the tips are on YouTube, it's a little more advanced stuff like the human body and such, but this one they're going to be way more basic tips that you can honestly get pretty easily. You'll see a lot of drawings here because it's actually my second take, because this camera has trouble trying to focus, so I had to improvise, or I had to basically just retry and mess with the settings for it to work. First lesson is that what you can actually see here already. I recommend whenever you use like any type of pencil, if you have multiple types for drawing, especially if it's a theme for characters, make sure to use a very thin pencil compared to a thick one here, because these thick ones are a lot harder to dry, and on top of that, even now you can tell, like, just from its spreading, like it's a lot easier to spread, and this is the cause here. This is how it normally looks, and then thanks to the thick marker not drawing up, it ended up looking like this. This is the color lightning yellow. These are not different colors. These are the same color. It's just this one was affected because all the dark ink stuff got all over it. Next thing I recommend here is getting a starter point on how to draw an eye. It's not always fun to have to use somebody else's style, but if you try and attempt to use it, then you will eventually once you get used to the style of another person, you can slowly start to transform it until you start to have your own eye art style. Same with everything else. Starting off here, one that I do is start off by making the iris here, the little black part in the middle of the eye. It's kind of scuffed right now. I'm just gonna fill that in. Then this. It's been a while since I've drawn, so I'm a bit rusty, so I apologize. Then this. And then here you can add an eyelash. Here we'll just do a female gender themed. It's been a while since I've drawn this exact kind of eye, so I'll just do a quick sketch. This is like one of the older shapes I used to do. This is the types of eyes that I've done a while back when I was attempting to do an anime looking themed of an eye. Because these eyes mostly work for anime themes and they can just help you in general. This one, if I had to describe how this eye would kind of remind me, I'd think kind of the eyes of the characters from the anime My Hero Academia, if you know what that is. Alright, next. This one's a bit easier. It looks kind of close to the same, but it works. It actually is an improvement, if you ask me. It's basically the normal iris from before. I might have covered that. Same tactic of how to draw it. But this time, you add a line underneath. A line that should be perfectly like that. And then afterwards, you do a curve, and then that. This one... Okay, it's really hard to do this with one hand, but you get the idea. In fact, this is actually pretty close to my modern style. The only thing that works like that, or the only thing that's trouble with this is mostly good for drawing female-esque eyes or just characters with thick eyelashes, because if you try to make this, as you saw before I added the eyelash, if you just do it with the line, it looks kind of weird. So I recommend only doing this one with female characters. This one could work with either, although either way they both look better with like a more big eyelash appearance. Next one going, this one's going more into depth of a classic Dragon Ball, as I'd like to put it. Don't really know where to really call this. This one is actually my original that I do, like the very first. I think I called this the very first when I was talking about it. That's a lie. This is number 2. This one is the very first, and it's actually quite similar. You add a line underneath, but this time you do that. And now with that, you can do this, and just like that you got this. And then I'm just going to shade it so it can, the eyelash, so it can look better instead of a little off. If you have the eyelash, if I just leave the eyelash looking with the outline, it's going to look weird. I feel it's already getting a little bit, because, like a little bit lengthy, because it's over 5 minutes, and usually my thing. Come on, man, I have to get back into the Akinator stuff, huh? I think a copyright strike or something, but still stayed up. Anyway, so yeah, these are 3 different styles of eye. This one I go for more casual. This one, I don't really know, like an angry maybe? Hard to say, like a more angry personality. This one just looks innocent. Like, this one I go for like that one innocent character. They all work for different types of characters. Next one, this is the one that I use modernly. I might even have to pull up a reference if I have to, but I don't know. I actually really like this previous sketch I did. Okay. So what you gotta do is, as I said, every single art style, you know the process. Bam, bam, bam. Line underneath, But with this one, you want to go with a curve, then this, so like a straight line this way, and then that. This actually works for me with male characters, and though it's such a small little add-on to what these rest of these are, it's probably one of the best to me. And then you can also add these little lashes underneath if it's a female, and then fill this thing in. So just give me a moment. And it's filled in. So yeah, that's about it. Go ahead and resume in all the videos to try and just look to see how I drew each of these. You don't have to try and adopt this as your main art style. It's just you can slowly attempt to get used to this art style, and then you can slowly evolve it into being your own. That was sort of a lengthy video. Thanks everyone for watching, and art is a hefty process. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of practice, a lot of tutorials, because don't be afraid. Like, I've self-taught myself, and it is horribly hard. You don't have to be like upset, like, oh, like I want to be independent, I want to try and depend on other people's tips, I want to try and self-teach myself. It's not impossible, but it makes the task 1,000 times harder. You might as well just learn, because it's never bad to learn. You can learn off of other people. As many different artists have been inspired off of each other. Go ahead and learn off of mine stuff, and this stuff was likely carried from other anime as well, and other artists. Thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope to upload soon. Xero out.